Hey everybody,
Hey guys.
it's Adam and Brady Sadler representing Blacklist Games.
And we have with us Street Masters. Finally.
Finally!
It's been a long wait. We got some early copies that Blacklist was very kind enough to send to us. And we're going to do an unboxing.
Of all the stuff. So it's going to be a long unboxing probably. You'll know before us because you can see how long the video is. We don't know how long it's going to take us to unbox everything.
And this core box is very heavy, so there's a lot of stuff in there.
6 pounds worth of martial arts mayhem.
All right.
So yeah, buckle up.
Let's get started.
All right, base game.
Starting off with the core set here. Street
Avoid the
Masters.
glare.
Right there.
I'm going to cut her open very carefully.
While you're waiting on that, I couldn't wait this afternoon, so I had to start painting some of the miniatures, and of course I started with Axel and Reese from the Twin Tiger expansion. Now we haven't actually opened the box yet. These are from add-ons, little extra things they sent us. We were just figures.
Yeah, so we won't be unboxing those because we already did.
Yeah, they're not really unboxing. They were just white boxes.
Yeah, they just come in little trays, protective trays. All right, little cursed shrink wrap is off. Now Adam's gonna let me take the lid off of this because I've been waiting for
I'll
it.
help the other side.
Oh, nice. That slides right off.
Ooh, look at
We
that.
haven't, just a
coming up soon.
heads up, we haven't seen any of this yet in person. We've only seen like pictures and stuff, so we got a rule book. I won't flip the whole thing, but you got to check out some of these graphics from our graphic designer, Chris Doman. He is...
Good job, Chris.
Yeah, he is really nailing these images. Awesome.
Nice.
Broken up text, lots of images.
It smells nice.
Looks like there's no missing pages so far, which is good. And it's only like 15 pages, so it's good.
16.
16 technically, yeah. So looks like we got it all in there. Awesome.
All right,
Set that aside.
Map tiles.
Push this back a bit.
We got
Those came out pretty
compromise stage.
Yeah, you'll notice that
The original copy, the clones.
for those of you who have either watched gameplay footage or read the rules or anything, you'll know that each of these stages have their own unique deck. So the cool thing about these layouts are there's these little tags here, nameplates, so it's easy to find out which stages with which deck, which you'll know after a while, but it's good for starters, beginners. Looking good. We got the Sudden Death, which is the Global Gladiator Tournament on the streets. And we have Steel Memories, which is some underground fighting
One of the
arena.
first ones we designed, Gone Ballistic. I think that was the first one. It's a basic one. And then the Right to Remain Silent with the walls. These look really nice.
I'll have to pull this one out. They're stacked at the bottom of the tokens, but we have the other one, the last one, Supply and Demand, which is the contraband deal gone wrong, and the cashed out along's gambling hall. Those all look pretty nice.
Very colorful.
Check out the miniatures.
I
on
did.
there.
When you were busy, I was playing with those.
Perfect. Yeah, it looks nice and
They fit in the hexes nicely.
beautiful.
Looks pretty good.
Those icons are nice and visible, but not too distracting.
I
from
bring
the
it
art.
up and the glare hits it pretty hard, but you can see how it looks with figures on it.
Yeah, we have a lot of professional lighting, but we haven't figured out how to professionally set them up yet, so they're just kind
We're
of...
getting ready for some professional gameplay videos that we hope to share with you soon.
Yeah, better. So we got our damage tokens, 1s, 5s, 10s, 25s. Looks like
Nice
plenty.
and bloody.
Yeah,
25s.
plenty to deal some damage. And then we got some tokens for the,
Let's do a test real quick.
oh yeah,
Those
Nice.
come right out.
defense tokens,
Ooh.
kicks, punches, grapples, objective tokens, nice and pretty. Got crates and then some characters for the rivals and allies.
And then the back of the defense tokens are the power tokens, which would have been nice in playtesting
Oh yeah,
if we had that.
nice. Cha-ching. Lots of cool suggestions from the playtesters, by the way, because we started off doing the two sides, but then we switched to having different tokens, but we found out that was way too fiddly, so the playtesters made a huge difference there.
Turkey platter is right on top.
All
I
right.
guess we'll start with the loot cards. I'll open those up while you get the dice and the rings out.
Those are easy to open. So we got one set of colored rings. So these are for the minions. Each enemy faction has a set of minions. There's always going to be 3 of one minion. So we're going to have, there should be 1 of each color.
Let's test those real quick. Ooh, they're nice and flexible. Easy to get on.
So it looks like the extras are the red. Let's see. Yeah, so we have one extra actually. This one has an extra. I'm not sure if that's going to be on all the packs or not, but
You guys might get an extra ring.
yeah, so you might get an extra ring. It doesn't really do much, but you know, cool. We have some dice. I'm trying to think, what that's supposed. I think it's supposed to be green, red, and blue. I think the yellow might be the extra one. I always forget that, the numbers. Nice, some nice dice. Nice dice. Good size. Good weight.
Oh.
Those really come out too, those icons. That crit. Bam. It's a hit and a guard. A hit. Pretty
These
awesome.
dice all look perfect too. Really good.
Nice.
Very nice. We have some loot cards here. And we have some
The dreaded
the
mini
Kickstarter ideas we got from you backers. One of my favorites, the sneakers. We had to have the sneakers.
It's such great art. All right.
And we have a ton of cards.
So you might want to just break out one of those miniatures trays.
Nobody cares about miniatures.
I'll be getting the cards here
All right,
next.
some of these.
This
got a
is
little
probably one of my
jostled.
favorite additions to the game. This was kind of a late addition, but I think a lot of players are going to thank us for this. Dividers. So we have dividers for all the stages. All the stage decks get their own dividers. Has nice stage art there with the name of the stage. And then there's also dividers, of course, for the boss decks. There's one with the cartel. I got the Brotherhood, Dimitri, and then we have the fighters. They all have their own dividers with their own art, easily identified. And then some stories and allies, and some of the main stories, Island Getaway and Rise of the Kingdom, the main storyline. These are really awesome.
I just have to point out, these miniatures look really good, but this is especially impressive when they have this staff that's actually straight.
Yeah, there's
Not-
no droopy
not
staves. That's a directive
So-
comment to the Secret Cabal.
Some are a little, some are a little bent, but they're easily fixed with hot water. The hot water trick we call it.
Look at this.
Megan. Nice kicking pose there.
So, all you, while he's going through the miniatures still, all you storage aficionados who are excited about dividers like me, so they stand up in this well here, and it looks like you could easily fit the box over there, but if you're like me, you're probably going to want to store the tiles separately, so they don't crush the dividers and the cards, obviously, the map tiles. So the other boxes actually have similar inserts, so save a box for all your map tiles and accessories, and then use these cool wells here for all your cards that fit the dividers perfectly. Pretty sturdy also.
And as you can see, all the miniatures fit in these nice vacuum full trays. Keep them all safe. The minions are
cards.
cool. These miniatures came out way better than I thought they would. There's good detail on them.
Can you imagine going to the game store and buying a game, a base game with this many cards?
Yeah.
I don't.
As you can tell, Brady and I have different tastes. I like the miniatures. He likes the cards.
The minis came out just fine. Let's see how these cards came out though.
This guy looks cool.
Hopefully this view is working.
Yeah, you can let us know if this view works or not for future videos.
All right, man, feel those. Those are nice. I did not expect such rigid cards. It's awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah, the graphics are really sharp. I'm not sure if they're showing up as well on camera because I've seen a lot of pictures myself, but seeing them in person, they're just awesome. Unique backs on all these.
We'll open another deck here.
Yeah. So I'll have to end up organizing all these because I'm really anal. There's the Brotherhood. Oh, cool. They're already mostly.
All these different fighter decks. We have Brandon.
I'm gonna move this back a bit. You've all seen the box. So there's the Golden Dragons.
Yinghua. Megan. That's actually the first fighter deck I designed in this game.
Oh man, that's cool. Look at that gone ballistic back. So it's got the stage art on the back of the card too.
Natalia. I guess I should show some of these cards. Lots of cool art in these decks. Encourages you to try out different fighters.
So we got fighters here, we got enemy decks here, we got stage decks.
Kiryu.
Got the sudden death deck
And then
here.
here are all the fighter character cards. It's looking really good.
There's a lot of content in this. We haven't even touched the other boxes yet. Supply and demand. It's compromised.
I guess another deck.
That's only half the stages there. Man, those cards are nice. Yeah, we got two more. Jeez.
Here.
I love these card backs.
Did Brandon get a card left over here?
Probably.
Luckily, these cards are very easy to put back where they go because their decks are so different. Oh, never mind. I forgot. Story decks. So we have all the story decks here.
Oh, they have great cards. More gold dragons.
We were working like crazy on these after the Kickstarter ended. We didn't realize there'd be so many unlocked.
Cartel.
Handy turn summary cards.
Activation
These cards feel nice too.
Kingdom.
Yes, activation cards.
I think that's what they called them in the rules. Wow, that kingdom deck is much bigger than I remember.
Then we have all the rival and ally cards.
Look at that deck compared to those. All right, here's the man. If you break open the base game, the first game you play, you're gonna grab this guy. By the way, he is such an awesome fighter in the base game. Gabriel. I mean, they're all pretty cool.
Kyoryu.
I'm probably most proud of him. And I mean, Brandon's combos are pretty awesome too. Yeah, here's some of his cards. His deck was short some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
All right, we got some more stage cards here.
Nice.
Right to remain silent.
I don't think we're missing any cards.
All right, here's some more sudden. Do you have sudden death stuff?
Right, yeah, sudden death's right here. I was wondering where that setup was. This one is Steel Memories, though.
Right there. Right to remain silent.
So many stages.
Original copy.
These stages add so much gameplay too.
Cashed out. And then we have these are the the hero story decks, and then we have the story decks. This is taking up the entire table.
I'm just laughing at this. I'm not looking at the screen while I'm doing this, but I just took a peek and
we have you might notice the tagline on this core set is Rise of the Kingdom, and here is that particular story deck. Bam, Rise of the Kingdom.
And all this right here, actually besides these guys, these are the rivals and allies, right? So yeah, these are the rivals. So these can be set off to the side here. These guys you can sock it into any game you want. Super modular elements of the game, which is cool. But all these, all these cards here, these were pretty much added during the campaign because these are all just story cards. These are all the story decks, hero stories. Shout out to Nicholas Corey, who did most of the narrative here. He really killed it. He really busted his
helped us out.
Yeah.
Because designing, this is just the core set, but designing the core set took a lot of time, and then we kept unlocking stuff in the Kickstarter. So let's take a look at some of that stuff.
Yeah, next box.
Next up.
Took us a long time to put that core set away. This one is going to be a little lighter. I know, cut it. I know, I don't want to cut the box. You're wiggling it.
This one's a little lighter than the core set, so it shouldn't take us as long to unbox it.
This is a purple color.
Maybe if Brady was in charge of cutting.
I'm just like mesmerized by this sides of the box here. Really cool graphics. I love the splatters.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this was the expansion that was included on the Kickstarter.
This was the exclusive.
Kickstarter exclusive.
So this will be available, I believe, at at conventions and stuff, but you can't get it retail. I think we might make it available direct, but yeah. That's
Maybe
awesome.
reach out to one of us and we can figure out a way to get you.
So yeah, this is nice. It'll protect. This is the extra thought that counts. Nothing's rattling around in there.
Got some fire tokens, and we just were noticing when we were putting the core set away that there is a mountain of defense tokens. You should get some more.
You shouldn't run out.
Hopefully you never run out of defense tokens.
But if you're playing 4-player games, it can get pretty crazy sometimes.
So more tokens, and again, these things punch out.
I think we added 15, right?
Lovely.
Oh, 25. So okay, I thought we added 15s there. So we got 2 new stages, or sorry, 4 new stages, but 2 new boards. So we have the more. So there's a surprise in here too that I didn't expect. Can't wait to get to that. So we have Running Wild here, which is this kind of like fiery, like burnt down forest type area. We have the One Step Ahead here, which is climbing a mountain. It's pretty cool. Then we have the Ashes of the Eternal around this temple garden area. And then we have the Ceremony, which is where the Oni is summoned.
And I believe they got the colors on this one right.
Yes, no extra yellow.
Yeah, so got the colored rings. Got you another set of colored rings in case, it's really convenient in this game if you have enough rings to have all your minions based ahead of time. Or paint them, which I will plan on doing, painting the colored rings on the bottom.
We're going to start with the minis here, just because this is a cool little insert here. But just because this was kind of a last minute decision, but anybody who's familiar with this faction, the Oni enemy faction, you have the boss here, it's his human form here. Make sure that's visible. And then he's gonna morph into his huge Oni form at some point. So swap it out. Then one of his minions is this cool ninja, the Yuri ninja.
Don't get too close.
Yeah, it's blurry. But he had a mechanic where he disappears, and there were gonna be some either different colored bases to represent the shadows, but they went ahead and made us some translucent ninjas, and I am like absolutely bonkers thrilled about that.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're the same sculpt but just invisible.
Less things for me to paint.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome. And then you have the Kitsune, came out pretty nice. That has long flowing hair and tail, looks like. All right. Then we have dividers.
Nice. Trade a whole lot of miniatures.
You don't need that. These miniatures, I was putting away the core set ones. I noticed they're nice and rigid
Chunky.
plastic, so yeah, you don't have to worry about being too fragile with them or too careful with them. So we have some dividers here. We got the dividers for the stages, and then we have the Oni, the enemies divider, and just only one huge chunk of cards in this expansion as opposed to the 4 in the core set.
These dividers are awesome. I'm not as excited about dividers as Brady is because Brady loves dividers, but these look really nice.
All right, so we got the, here's the Legend of the Oni story deck. Gonna play through that. It's a nice 5-stage story that tells the tale of the Oni. We have the Ceremony stage deck. Awesome artwork on the back of that. I'm losing my voice
All
by the
kinds
time
of cool stuff in
I get
there.
through all these. Then we got the Running Wild stage.
Sorry, we're getting some glare here. There we go.
Yeah, I gotta fix our lighting issue. We got the One Step Ahead.
Running Wild. And again, every single stage has a deck and a map tile with it. Did we show the map tiles already?
Yeah, I was flying through them, but. And then we have this. This is a unique. I'm glad we fixed this because there was an issue with the printer. We had this guy on 2 separate cards accidentally, but he's double-sided here, so I'm relieved. And here's his reference card because his deck's a little more unique than the other enemies. So, oh cool, there's Gabriel stuck in an avalanche. That's actually supposed to be in the One Step Ahead deck. For some reason, that was in the enemy deck. But yeah, that's
again easy to find which
deck.
deck goes to what. They're nicely labeled with cool art of the map tile on the back.
Yeah. So now you got a nice deep storage box to hold your Oni expansion and everything that's going to spill over because you're going to want to consolidate some of this stuff probably.
This expansion gives you a new enemy faction,
New stage.
4 new stages,
Or new story.
new story. No new fighters, but there are There are some new fighters in the next expansion we're going to bring out after this. So we'll be right back. All right, this is the.
Try to make that face. My nose is bigger than the art though.
We were very excited that this one got unlocked in the Kickstarter.
Yeah, thanks for unlocking this one, guys.
Yeah.
You made a dream come true. Because
Double Dragon was one of our favorite video games growing up as kids. Played it all the time. So just to be able to pretend like we are as cool as Billy and Jimmy Lee was very exciting.
Morgan and James Lee.
Yeah. And that's why I had to paint these guys first. I'm gonna have them here on the side watching this.
All right. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Bam. Move this knife so I don't cut myself out of excitement. That's some good looking. It's a good looking guy on there.
Hey, some more defense tokens in case
you play 5-player.
In case you want to try a 6-player variant where it takes 6 hours.
Yeah,
to play.
we don't advise that. But if you're feeling really crazy one night and want to try playing epic multiplayer,
classic video game, conveyor belt, razor blades, Under Destruction. That was actually a song by one of our bands in high school. We wrote Under Destruction. And then we have Poison the Well on the back. Looks like it's like a chemical plant.
This is the one where the Onyx League is trying to poison the town's water supply and turn Ransom City into zombies. The other side's the time bomb. There's why these conveyor belts are going, pushing everybody around. There's time bombs also on the stage.
The nice thing about all these stages is they have a nice little tag here in the bottom, so you don't need to remember what the art looks like. It's very clearly titled what stage it is.
Nice and shiny.
Got some more plastic rings.
I almost panicked 'cause I thought there were 4 stages in this one, but that was only the Oni because this one has here.
We need to break on stages for this one.
Well, we added the 2 new fighters instead of 2 new stages. You got to pick and choose what you add in.
And again, they got the number of colored rings right on this one, so feeling good about that.
God, I love that art because I'm so vain. This is the story stuff.
Dividers. Ooh, who's that handsome devil?
Oh yeah, I got this. This is a little Easter egg. She didn't get a miniature, but this is one of the story characters that Reese encounters. That's my. It's based on my wife though, so.
I got the story decks there.
Yeah, this is the story deck here.
Story deck.
Oh yeah, there's a. Pull right to it.
Yes, this adorable little character Annabelle is based off of my daughter Amelia, so I'm very happy with that. Looks cool. Missing child.
She goes face down there when you're done.
Yeah.
Buried. All right. For some reason, Axel. I got to show this because everybody is ready for battle except for Axel. His back's turned. He's facing over here for some reason.
He's embarrassed.
It's like I don't want to be seen with my brother. There we go. So yeah, there's Axel and Reese, and then there's all the. They're backwards also. Salt and pepper.
You have the rest of the Poison the Well.
It's probably in there, yeah. So yeah, there's a new enemy faction, 2 new playable fighters, 2 new stages to do battle on, and the most important part of the box, some dividers with nice color-coded fighters, Axel and Reese, Poison the Well, Onyx League. Oh, where's the fighter decks? Let me see the fighter decks. There's one I gotta show.
We have Reese and Axel fighters.
There's one card in here though. There's
your character card.
I'm gonna be doing a lot of playthroughs, but so you'll see enough of this. But I still always have to call it out because I think it's hilarious. So Reese's character deck revolves around his knives. He's a knife fighter, and he has, instead of tactics, he has these gear cards, and he's got his knife. It's called Reese's Piece, and you can have 2 out, so you could have Reese's Pieces.
That's clever.
Did you get it? It's based on a popular candy.
There's Axel and Reese back to back there. Cool art in these decks. I always play Axel. He's really fun to play. Focuses on defense tokens, and defense tokens are fun.
These guys are they're almost overpowered, but I've still managed to get.
No, they're not.
I've still managed to get defeated quite a bit with Reese because it's like a risk reward thing because he's really good, but you're putting yourself out in the open, so you can easily get cut down. So yeah, that is the Twin Tigers expansion. Twin Tiger expansion. Another huge deep box to store all the hopefully future Street Masters content as long as you guys like the game and we can keep making it.
All right,
but we are not done yet though. We
will do the stretch goals and the redemption box together in the next one and finish this off. All right, we're back again here with the stretch goals, the redemption box, and also the BattleCon crossover expansion. It's like Christmas. This is like better than when I was like 10 and got Hero Quest for Christmas. I don't know, that was pretty important. That was a pretty important time in our lives. Alright, so all the fun stuff we unlocked during the Kickstarter.
These boxes are so nice. So slick.
Look at all these fancy tokens.
Zombies!
More defense tokens, more damage. We got some zombies.
So yeah, some of the stuff is probably chaotic because this is all the stretch goal stuff. So yeah, I remember the zombies are part of the plague one.
Or maybe you have some there on the back there.
No, I mean what was the expansion called? I almost forgot now. It's the Revenants. I think it was something plague.
We looked at the Kickstarter.
Oh no, it's
page
Pestilence. Pestilence expansion.
Pestilence.
Yeah.
So this is the out of time map tile with the altar and the pits.
Yes, this is part of the Pestilence thing also.
And then we have the what is this one? The Rude Awakening with the spiked.
This one is probably one of my favorite stages. It's messy, but this one exclusively uses the Revenant tokens, which you can easily swap out for any popular, green skinned looking zombies that you might get around the same time as the game comes out.
And this has all kinds of fun fighters like
Oh yeah, the fighters in here too.
Tiger Azules.
Azules.
And then
Azules.
Clint, the gunfighter.
He's a lot harder to pronounce. Tiger Azules and Clint.
These are actually,
Clint,
these
my
are
name is
actually
Clint.
some of the cooler miniatures in here.
Here they are. Max. Max was the funnest fighter.
Most fun.
The funnest. The most funnest, as my daughter says, fighter to design. He's really, really interesting.
I really had fun designing Tiger's deck. If you like professional wrestling, you might enjoy
this back slightly.
Tiger's deck.
Then we got the Nuali, which is the Pestilence enemy faction that got added. She is like a necromancer that commands all these undead tokens. Then there's the two-stage.
Like the rolling suplex. Leaping clothesline.
A lot of his moves remind me of like Hager from Final Fight.
If you
Was
had
that-
if you wore a tiger
Is
mask.
that Final Fight? Or was that, yeah, Streets of Rage? Streets of Rage.
No, that's
Oh my
Final
God.
Fight.
Oh my god, I'm turning in my 8-bit cred.
Aren't those the same games?
Those are the ones where you had the guns, right?
Story decks. Chan Chan, Mr. Apple. And there's Max and Clint.
My name's Clint.
Clint Spider's deck.
All right, here's Tazlotl. I can't even pronounce. I had to write that name so many times, I still can't pronounce it. That's her deck, the Nuali. Then the stages. And there's more stage cards somewhere. You have them over there, aren't you?
Some story cards.
Oh yeah, this is the Pestilence story. Yeah, these are there's Chan Chan and Mr. Apple. All right, yes, those are all the stretch goals. Looks awesome. Let's do this little guy here. This was I think it was Brad Talton Jr. is his name, right? The guy that does BattleCon. He was nice enough to do the crossover with us. And I've only played BattleCon a couple times because somebody I know has the whole collection. It's a really neat game, really popular fighting game. So we figured it was really appropriate to get some of that IP in here. So we have some unique rival ally cards from based on popular BattleCon characters. I won't butcher their
And
names.
if you don't know, rival and ally cards are very easy to socket in any game you want.
So these minis, it's gonna be hard to show off because of the setup we have right now. But these are really awesome looking minis. Probably like 3 of the favorites out of all the other sculpts. Where's Max? I didn't see Max's sculpt actually.
All right, you can put those back over there. And this right here,
Max looks awesome.
this tagline says it all. You've defeated the bosses. Now play them as a fighter. So you can take this really heavy little box. Oops. The punch is so easy to punch out that some of the tokens already fell out. You can play these cool bosses as fighters. And I know one of our
Ooh, those ammo tokens.
one particular backer is extremely happy that this happened.
I think that backer, and I want to say, because I met him at Origins, but I want to say the guy, his name was Justice Bolt. Was that it? Whoever it was, sorry if I got your Kickstarter name wrong. I think this whole product is his fault because he kept asking.
Yeah, we got to give this guy what he wants
to play as Al Long. It's like, all right, let's see what we can do about that. But I mean, you know, it's great because it's an awesome product, and I love almost all these decks. Like the only one that I can't get my head around usually, it works just fine, but I always seem to die with him is Shadow. He's pretty tricky to play.
And then we have like Anastasia and Wanbo. They're minions. You can actually use them as rival allies. So get more use out of those miniatures.
And those are due to the Redemption story decks
Dimitri.
that we added. Yeah, Dimitri's deck is amazing.
These are the story decks.
Yeah, so did we go over the... So this is a good time to talk about it, because I don't know if we went over the upgrade cards of the story decks. They have these little icons here. Like, these are the similar... These match cards in the decks, but they have a little gold icon up here, and a little gold arrow, and then it's a gold circle around the attack type. But these, actually, as you play through the story, you can earn these cards, and they replace the card in your deck, so you just swap it out, and it's like an upgraded version of it, so you kind of like level your deck up as you're playing through a story. It's pretty neat.
These decks were fun to design. I think I had the most fun with, in particular, was Jackal. She's all about mind controlling people. Like she's really fun.
She's a puppeteer.
Yeah, these are all pretty cool. They play a lot differently than we had to really stretch our ideas out for these.
So we also have, but these are all still stories. There's so many stories in this box. Again, I gotta thank Nicholas Corey, our main writer, because he really
Helped on those stories.
Yeah, he went to town here. There's so many stories to go through. There's Along's deck. Oh, there we go. Where's his character card? Oh, there it is.
All the character cards. Dimitri.
Yeah, so Along's got a cool mechanic where he has these Bane cards where if he does an ability, he can attach a card to an enemy, and then he can do like double damage to that enemy, or he can make that enemy do something. So he kind of debuffs enemies and tags them for other people.
And of course, they have their own dividers.
Kimono's deck is also ridiculous. I think he has how much? Where's his health? Yeah. So most fighters average around 20 health. Kimono's got 30 health, but he constantly does damage to himself by doing abilities and overloading himself.
I would say they average 20. I would say that's the high end.
Well, it's like 18,
Average
20.
18,
Yeah. So average is the wrong word, but you get it. So
All
I
right.
think we opened all of our presents.
It almost seems like work organizing all this stuff. There's a lot of stuff to
Who's he kidding?
organize.
I'll be organizing it.
I'll just play it.
So yeah, that's all of our stuff. Should be probably.
Yeah, we'll be right back. All right, that was a lot of stuff.
That's the emotional journey.
This all looks amazing. Like we are super excited to start playing this. I really hope you guys feel as excited as we are when you open this. Your pledge, because this is an early copy, and obviously it's going to be staying here at Brady's house while we do videos and stuff like that. I'm super excited to get my own copy to take home. It looks awesome. Like it is.
I was probably gonna be the biggest critic of this as a final product because like we've worked on a lot of games. We worked on Walking Dead, like Marvel Quest, Dark Frontier, like all these really like heavily produced games that came out looking good. This is probably the game that I was, just from a gameplay standpoint, like during production and playtesting, I know I've harped on this if you followed along our Kickstarter, I never got sick of playing this thing. I always wanted to playtest, and
We usually complain about playtesting a lot.
Yeah, I usually avoid playtesting just because it's just like repetitive, and you're kind of like editing yourself, and you just want to hand it off to somebody else to develop. But this one, I want to do more. I'm excited to start playing the final thing and start thinking of more ideas for future content. So, and that being said, like looking at the first take of everything as we opened it, like it was all positive. Like there was nothing that got me like, oh, this could have been a little better if this was this. Like it was all just killer. Like I'm really happy with this, and I hope you guys are just as excited about us with the outcome.
Blacklist did a great job. We are super happy with them. We're working with them again for our next game, Brook City, which is, after seeing this, I'm even more excited about it. I hope after you guys get this, you check out the Kickstarter for Brook City in April. It's very similar style gameplay.
If you like the product model, it's
Yeah.
very, it's like fixed decks. You can swap out any enemies you want versus whatever cops you want. And it's going to be a very similar model, but a fresh take. It's going to be a fresh system on top of that, so it's not the same game.
And we've been having a blast playtesting
Yeah.
too. Our playtesters are loving it. So all great stuff. This is amazing for us, and we can't wait for you guys to get it and see for yourselves and tell us what you think.
Yeah, and for all you backers watching, thank you so much for helping us make this thing real, because I don't think I've been proud of anything I've ever created or we've ever created, because
We've created a lot.
We've created a lot of stuff. We've created music, we've created novels, we've created games, and this is by far like the thing I'm most proud about. So proud of. So thank you. And if you weren't our backer, please follow along. If you can get a copy, great. If not, watch out for the next Kickstarter. Then we're gonna reprint these and get more out there.
Go to Blacklist Games Facebook page. We post updates there, and it's the best way to contact us or find us on Twitter. We're always on BGG. Check out the Street Master BGG page. Yeah, we're gonna be working on some gameplay videos. We're getting a better setup here to do videos. Hopefully this looks good for you guys.
I'm gonna get
a
a
new
new
camera.
these clears here, but yeah,
We'll fix the lighting, maybe get a new mic or something, but let us know how the videos are. We want to show more of this Street Masters to you guys, and we want to get your feedback and get
Gameplay videos coming soon.
Yeah.
I'll be playing through some stories solo unless he wants to join me. Maybe I can talk him into it, but
I
thanks
play games. So.
yeah, thanks again, guys, and I hope you're as stoked as we are. I know it's
Thank
gonna be
you
a little
so
bit late for you, but it's awesome. It'll be
It's
worth
on
the
its
wait.
way. It's on the boat, and it'll be worth the wait.